We'll discuss a few EBS quiz questions. This is blocked. Okay. So which is a durable block level storage volume that you can attach to a single running Amazon EC2 instance? So this is easy, Amazon EBS. Okay, what is the scope of an EBS volumes?
We just now talk.
Yes, BPC.
Should be.
Oh,
Yeah, Mitali.
I thought it's availability zone.
Yeah, it is availability zone. Your EBS volume snapshots are stored in S3 and you can access them through account S3 bucket created for EBC snapshot, or you through EC2 API, or you can only view them when you are creating a new volume, or you cannot access them except through contacting AWS support.
EC2 APIs. Browsing or account S3 bucket created for.
Is it option 4?
4. How come it is 4?
I thought Nirmal said now the AWS they actually do the snapshot. So
No. Question is different. See, they are doing the snapshots, but question is how you can access them. Question is how you can access them. The point 4 saying that you cannot access them except for the contacting AWS support. This means is trying to say that if you want to access, you have to call the AWS support group, or you can send a mail to AWS support. This is not the right answer. You can access. Question is how you can access. See, the first option is browsing your account S3 bucket created for EBS snapshot. So there is no EBS bucket created for your S3. So no bucket is created. Actually, this is internally stored by your AWS. The snapshots will store by AWS, and they are not providing any S3 bucket for you to you. So there is no chance that you can browse and see your S3 bucket.
I think it is through EC2 APIs only.
And the option 3 is you can only view them. Yes, through the EC2 APIs. You can only view them when you creating a new volume. No. This is also not true. You can see the EBS volume. So while you creating, if you go to the EC2 and there is one option EBS snapshot, you can see there, and that is through EC2 APIs, because EBS is in different area, and you can use those EC2 APIs to see. Actually, see, every service in AWS is API based. Like you are using some console to see. Means if you are thinking that yeah, API to see in console, but the console also use those EC2 APIs to show you. To list all the things in console, they internally using EC2 APIs. You are also, suppose you are using some CLI, AWS CLI, and those AWS CLI also using APIs. So they are giving their lower level is APIs from the AWS side. So every service is communicated through APIs in AWS. EBS volume snapshots are you have to choose two: created, updated asynchronously, created and updated synchronously, are differential, are incremental.
We just now talked about that incremental or not.
is it option
Yes.
1 4?
Yes, you are right. The option 1 and option 4 we just now discuss. EBS encryption is like enabled by default on all EBS volumes, supported on all EC2 instance types, supported on all EBS volume types, supported only by EBS snapshots. Actually, we have also discussed in the last session also this one, the last quiz questions, I think.
There is a checkbox. I forgot that when we are creating. I think by default it is encrypted.
No.
No.
Enabled by
Okay.
default on no. This is not by default enabled. You have to enable, and you have
Right.
to also select which key
Mhm.
be your KMS key or your default key. So you have to choose.
Right. When we
And
create
the
a
option,
snapshot, I think when we create a snapshot, we have to encrypt that, right?
yes. And the EBS volumes, it is not by default encrypted. And the option 2 and 3, this also we discussed. And it is not supported in all EC2 instances, but it supported all EBS volumes. Right? It supports on all EBS volume types.
Right.
Any questions here?
It's difficult to remember unless you do a lot of practice.
Yes, yes, yes.
um,
Actually, if you
just
discuss the questions, at least there will be something clear to the concept. If I do some questions, anyway, you should practice.
when you do practice, you will see you will keep that. If it is a checkbox or drop down in your mind, then you can remember things.
Yes. Next is you have an EBS volume, that is the root volume of an EC2 instance, and you want to take a. How can you do this while ensuring consistency between EBS volume and snapshot? So the question is like you are going to take snapshot of your root volume, not additional volume, root volume, and their requirement is consistency between your EBS volumes and snapshots. So there will be how you can maintain the consistency. That means your volume, your data in the volume should be same as the volume in the snapshot, the data in the snapshot. So there will be no data mismatch. This is the question. So the option is you can take the snapshot while EC2 instance is running. You must stop the instance, take the snapshot. You can take a snapshot of EBS, that is an EC2 instance boot volume. AWS will automatically take the snapshots during maintenance window.
The first option is wrong because just few minutes back, we were talking that we have to stop the EC2 instance before we
Yes,
take
yes,
snapshots.
yes,
So you must stop the instance. That means second option is right. And
yes.
you can't take a snapshot of EBS that is will automatically take the snapshot during maintenance windows. I think the fourth one is right. AWS when there is maintenance, AWS takes snapshots. You cannot
No, no,
take a
no.
snapshot.
AWS will not take automatically the snapshots. In the database, they are taking the snap.
That is easy
In
to
your EC2 instance, you are taking the snapshot. So you must stop the instance and take the snapshot. This is the best answer.
Oh, I thought there are two answers. So I thought you were asking for two answers. Oh,
No, no. Yeah, if the two answers, then you can consider for 4 points.
yeah.
But the option 1 is right. You can take snapshots while the EC2 instance is running. But our question is ensuring consistency between EBS volume and snapshot. But in case of one, there may be a chance of few data loss.
Right.
Right. By default, EBS volumes that are created and attached to an instance at launch are deleted when that instance is terminated. You can modify this behavior by changing the value of a flag to false when you launch the instance. So this is also very, so maybe come in your certification exam. So option is delete on termination, remove on deletion, remove on termination, and terminate on deletion. This is seems equal, right? But you have to choose the perfect option.
Delete on termination.
Okay, Mithali, for you.
I think in one of the previous class when we were talking, you said I didn't check that, but later you said, oh yes, we did that. So some confusion was there.
Yes, yes, you are right. You are right. Yes. Delete on termination. If you, this is actually automatically selected by AWS while you are creating one EC2 instance, and while you terminate your EC2 instance, your EBS volume will be deleted automatically if this option is on. But if you want your EBS root volume should be there, and you may use that in your future use, or you can create some snapshot, or you want to create some AMI in future. So you should disable this option so that when you terminate your instance, your EBS volume will not lost. You will have your EBS volumes, right? The next is a user is planning to use EBS for his DB requirement. The user already has an EC2 instance running in the VPC private subnet. How can the user volume to a running instance? The option is the user must create EBS within the same VPC and then attach it the running instance. Then the user can create EBS in the same zone at the subnet of instance and attach that EBS to instance. It is not possible to attach an EBS to the instance running in VPC until the instance is stopped. And then next is the user can specify the same subnet while creating EBS and then attach it to a running instance.
It's a little difficult question.
Yeah, it is little difficult for you, for your level, but anyway.
So the user can the first one is not right. I think that's wrong. Not the right option. The user
Yes.
can create EBS in the same zone as the subnet of instance and to attach that EBS to in the same zone. Okay. Option 2 may be right, but let's see. It is not possible. That is completely wrong. Let's see the fourth one. The user can specify the same subnet. I think option 2 maybe.
Yes, yes.
Because it is saying that and we have to create the EBS in the same zone.
Yes, same zone, same availability zone. Right. A user is using an EBS backed instance. Which of the below mentioned statement is true? The user is using a EBS backed instance. Like the user will be changed for volume and instance only when the instance is running. The user will be charged. Oh, this is for pricing charge, right? The user will be charged for volume and instance only when the instance is running. The user will be charged for the volume even if the instance is stopped. The user will be charged only for the instance running cost. The user will not be charged for the volume if the instance is stopped. So I already explained this scenario maybe one, two or three times.
Mm, volume instance only when the instance is running. The user will be charged for volume when if the instance is stopped.
Did you understand the question or any confusion in, like, in the question?
So I'm not able to understand the difference between option 1 and 4.
Okay, let me explain. The user will be charged for the volume and instance only when the instance is running. So it is trying to say AWS will charge for volume as well as instance, but the condition is instance is running, right? The option
So
4 is the user will not be charged for the volume if the instance is stopped. So it is saying it will not charge for your EC2 instance volume if the instance is stopped.
that means the option 4 means you will not be charged for the volume, but you will be charged for the instance.
No, 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 no. It is saying only for the volume. If the instance is stopped, if your instance you stop the instance and AWS, it is trying to say.
I think here we are talking about the EBS backed instance.
Yes.
Then
So since it is the, I think option 2, it is not related to the instance. You
Yes,
will
it is
not
not related to instance. It is
yeah,
related to your
if it
EBS
is
volume.
right. If it is an EC2 instance and you are not running, AWS is not going to charge you anything, but you are blocking some volume. So I believe you have to pay for that.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
I think option 2 is right.
Yeah, option 2 is the right answer. See, suppose you are creating one EC2 instance, you are paying for your instance charge as well as your, and suppose you stopped your EC2 instance, so Amazon will not going to charge you for your instance, but it will charge for you the volume because you are allocating that volume for you. So you will pay for that. So option 2 is the right answer. I have written the answer here. Block in the, okay. An organization wants to move to cloud. They are looking for a secure encrypted database storage option. Which of below mention AWS functionality to help them to achieve? AWS MFA with EBS, AWS EBS encryption, multi-tier encryption with Redshift, AWS S3 server-side storage. See, option 1 will not a like AWS MFA with EBS. This is not a valid point. And the option 3 also not a valid point. Multi-tier encryption with Redshift. So Redshift is another service of your data warehousing. This is not the right option. The option 4 is AWS S3 server side storage. But here is option 2 is AWS EBS encryption. So this is the right answer.